Hey, it's Mike from Maker Moose. Today I'm going to be making several different backgrounds with this stencil from Spellbinders. It is an 8.5 by 11 stencil called Blizzard. This has been sitting in my stash for almost a year now, and since everyone's making Christmas cards in July, I thought I would do the same. I'm going to be using 3 Distress Oxides. I have Salvage Patina, Tumbled Glass, and Mermaid Lagoon. I'm going to be using these on all of my backgrounds. This first background, I'm just going to use it like a traditional stencil. I'm just going to tape it down here and ink blend over top of it on a white piece of paper. This is not Neenah Solar White. This is a Neenah cardstock that I ordered by mistake. After doing these backgrounds, I realized why it was a mistake. There is a coating on it that seems to, once you get enough ink on it, it actually starts to peel and the paper becomes very thin. So not ideal. Other than Neenah Solar White, a great cardstock is Hammermill, as well as Bristle Smooth cardstock, which is the one I've always used, but just because of the price, I'm looking at other options. All right, let's just pull up that stencil and see how it looks. Not bad. On this background, I'm actually going to ink blend first. I am going to make very splotchy random patterns. This is meant to look a little bit like a snowstorm, so I've got the 3 different colors and I'm just kind of overlapping them, and then I'll go back with the tumbled glass and kind of smooth everything over. So instead of using ink on top of here, I could use the Mermaid Lagoon or the lighter one to get extra color and really define those snowflakes. I'm actually going to use Solar Paste. I've been using Solar Paste a lot lately. I've been really enjoying it. So this is the Royal Flush. I do only have the 2 colors right now, Royal Flush and Golden Hour. I do have Beluga on its way. I do need to get some palette tools because it is very hard getting it out of the jar. That's why I had it on a bone folder. You'll see that I leave one piece of tape at the top, and I do try and roll from one corner just so that I don't smear the wet paste. On this background, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to use the 3 Distress Oxides in a random pattern. I am going to lay down a little bit more of the Mermaid Lagoon because I don't think on the previous one I had enough. Here I have the Clear Skies Lunar Paste from Simon Hurley. I've had a few lunar pastes in my stash for a while. I've only used them occasionally. I've been using the Solar Paste a lot lately, so I thought, you know what, I'll pull out the Lunar Paste and see if it's still something that I want to buy more colors of. And I think it definitely is. I think I prefer the Lunar Paste for this one, but again, it could be just because I only had the Royal Flush and not the Beluga. The Beluga might have looked amazing on this, but I did really, really like the way this turned out with the Clear Skies. And for the final background, I'm going to do more of a, I guess, traditional ink blend. I'm just going to lay out the 3 colors. This is where I really, really found the weakness of this paper. I don't even feel like I laid that much ink on and it started actually crumpling. All right, and this last one, I'm actually going to be using a white pigment ink. I've been using my white pigment ink a little more often just to add a little bit of definition to darker colors. I really liked the white pigment ink over top of the ink blending. I would do this again in the future, but on an A2 size panel. I realized when I cut this in quarters, it's only going to have 2 ink blends. They're going to be all very different. Here's the Royal Flush Solar Paste. I do really like this one. It's very subtle. Whereas here we have the Clear Skies Lunar Paste. It's definitely more vibrant, more eye-catching, I would say, especially straight on. And then we've got the most subtle of them all, the Pigment ink on top of the ink blending. So I do really, really like these 3. I'm not too much of a fan of the first one that I did just with a ink blend on white paper. I will probably cut that out into circles or something and use as a popped up focal point. But the others I could use as a full card background, which I really, really like. And I'm going to get to making a few cards right now.